take breaks. I need faith, no, I need faith.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to say, I know I've been absent for a little over half a year, but I wanted to come back really hard with a story time about how I hid my pregnancy for 6 months when I was 15 years old. No, this isn't clickbait. Yes, I really hid my pregnancy for that long. I know it sounds really crazy, and I just really hope you guys enjoy it. Before you say something stupid or comment something hateful, just know I've heard it all before and there's nothing you can say to change anything that's already happened. Keep that in mind. If you don't like what I'm talking about, leave my video now. Growing up, my mom had always told me, you don't want to be a young mom. You don't want to be a teen mom. I had you when I was 19 and it was really hard. And every time we watched a show that would talk about teen pregnancy or show pregnant teenagers, she'd look at the show in disgust. She's like drilled it in my mind, you should not be a teen mom. Obviously, that didn't stick with me very well. I started dating this boy, we're gonna call him Ruben, okay? I started dating Ruben a week before I turned 14. I was in love. He was my first boyfriend. He made me so happy. I let him take my virginity, okay? Let's be frank. Like, I let him take my virginity very soon into the relationship. We dated for a long time. We saw each other a few times, and we slept with each other a few times. When we had been dating for 5 months, I had let him come over to my house, and we started having sex in the backyard of my home. It's something intelligent. I don't know where I came up with this idea. So we're doing our business in the backyard, and my mom does not know that I am sexually active at all. She doesn't know that I'm having sex. I hear something, and he's like, no, there's nothing, and we keep going. A minute later, I see my mom walking up to us in the backyard, and she starts yelling at me, and he jumps up, starts pulling his pants up, not before my mom sees his penis. She made sure to point that out, runs to his bike, and he rides home. My mom beats the shit out of me. I shouldn't have done it. I regret it to this day. I've scarred my mother for life. I get grounded for seeing him for a couple of months. I'm not allowed at his house. I can't go on dates with him for a couple months until Christmas, and then I finally get to see him. But I have to go to his grandma's house where nothing's allowed and we just celebrate the holiday. Anyway, the new year comes around. We see each other a couple times in January, and then in February, he starts skipping school. He goes to HP. He skips and he walks to Topeka High every single day so he can come home with me and hang out with me at my house for at least 2 months. So ever since the backyard story, we're not allowed to have closed doors, and that doesn't stand in our way. We're usually upstairs by ourselves, but with the door open, and we make poor choices. One day he decides, I'm not going to pull out. Okay, I guess I could say something, but I don't, because I'm stupid. And immediately I think that I'm pregnant, and it's obvious to me. I'm growing a human inside of me. I'm definitely pregnant, and I tell him after this, when you come back to my house next, you need to bring a pregnancy test. So he does. I go to my bathroom upstairs in my house to take the pregnancy test. I drop in the toilet like a genius, because of course I would, because I'm so clumsy. And I message him and I'm just like, you need to buy me 2 more tests, but make sure that they're different brands and different tests. That way I know 100% sure that I am pregnant. I mean, I already know, but I need these tests to confirm it. He buys me the new tests. I hide them in a chair in my room for about a week, so I know I miss my period at this point. I take the test to school with me. During 4th hour, which is my English class, I go to the bathroom for about 15 minutes and take these tests. Before the time's up, both tests pop up with 2 pink lines. I am pregnant. I know I'm pregnant. It just rushes over me. Wow, I'm so smart. This was a great decision. I couldn't have hoped for anything better. This is my greatest thing yet. I'm so smart. This is what my mom always wanted for me, and I'm gonna have a great future now. That's sarcasm, obviously. I don't have time on my phone because I'm 14 at this time, and I can't afford my own phone bill, so I have to wait until I get home to even tell him. So I get home, and I take pictures of the tests, and I send them to him. And he's just like, that's fucking awesome. I'm gonna be a dad. Oh, that's lit. He takes it better than I thought. He's just like, alright, so we'll figure it out. We're just gonna have to wing it. That's our plan. We're winging it. I have anxiety all the time at this point because I'm hiding this from my mom because I obviously cannot tell her that I'm pregnant because of my history of how she's talked about teen pregnancy my entire life. But a couple weeks later, we go on a family trip, minus Ruben. We go to the Omaha Zoo. The whole car trip from Topeka to the Omaha Zoo is fine. I feel great. And then I get hit with my first round of morning sickness, and it comes with a migraine. It's great. At this point, I'm throwing up all over the zoo, totally thinking my mom definitely must think that I'm pregnant. This is an obvious sign. I'm puking this entire time. I can't hold anything down. I'm tired. I'm falling asleep between exhibits, and obviously my mom's gonna say something. She doesn't say anything. It's fine. Okay, we head back to Kansas. I go about my business and keep hiding my pregnancy from my mom. We decide we're going to tell my family on April 1st. This was my idea. That's right. I'm telling my family on April Fool's Day. That's the plan, because my family's having a barbecue on April Fool's Day, right? I had the idea to tell them that day because if I tell them that I'm pregnant on April Fool's Day, they'll definitely think it's a joke. But later on, when I start getting bigger, they can't get mad at me because I technically told them I was pregnant. So they can't get too mad at me. 14-year-old logic right there. Wonderful thinking. They cancel the barbecue, so we don't get to tell them that day. They reschedule a barbecue for later on in April, and I'm like, we can tell them then. And Ruben's just like, okay. They cancel that barbecue as well. Okay, this is a lost cause. Let's just keep winging it. My mom goes through my phone at this point because of what happened in October. I have about 5 pregnancy apps on my phone that I keep adding and deleting and adding and deleting. And at this point, I'm like, what if my mom goes through my phone and she sees all these pregnancy apps? She's gonna know. I'm telling my boyfriend, you have to delete our conversations on your end in case your mom goes through your phone, because I'm deleting all my conversations on my end in case my mom goes through my phone, because I don't want your mom finding out or my mom finding out through messages, because that'll just go bad. So delete our messages and I'll delete our messages and nobody can find out through my phone. At the end of the month, Ruben has a confirmation party. He has a few friends over. At this party, we are over here on this deck and his whole family is over here under this patio. We're at the deck talking, and they are making these jokes about me being pregnant because his friends already know. Someone overhears somehow. Then his mom brings him into the house and asks him if I'm pregnant. He's like, no, she's not pregnant. We're not having a baby. Absolutely not. That's not happening. And at this confirmation party, he starts acting a little sketchy and hiding his phone. So keep that in mind. And our anniversary is May 5th. I start getting ready to go to Applebee's for our anniversary because that's what I'm craving. He has his phone down the entire time. He's acting really sketchy still, and I'm just trying to enjoy my day and celebrate us being together for 1 year. If you're a crazy bitch, you know exactly what I mean by having his phone face down. Forget about it, act like it's not a problem, and carry about my business. A week later, 2 days before my birthday, I get a message from a girl telling me that she's been talking to Ruben for about a month. Explains everything. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed. Thanks for cheating on me. I'm carrying your child, but sure, cheat on me now. That's the perfect time. Thank you. That shit hurt. It's not okay. So I go into a depression for about a week. And during this time, I'm like, fuck you. I'm done with you. And I'm not coming back to you. I go into the crazy bitch mode, okay? And I'm like, you know what? In fact, you hurt me so bad, I'm gonna tell your mom. How about that? And he freaks out. But I pussy out. A week later, everything goes back to normal, and I go back to him. Obviously, we're gonna work this out. We're gonna be a happy family. We gotta do this together. I can't do this without you. I'm so in love. My family goes to the pool, and he comes with us. So at this point, I'm 4 months pregnant. I have to start sucking in my stomach. Like, I'm like, all the time. and I'm in a bikini at the pool. And my mom just notices, you're gaining a little weight. I act like my feelings are hurt. She's also noticing that I'm not going down the slide. I always go down the slide when I go to the pool because I like slides. I don't fucking know. She notices it and she points it out. So I go down the slide 2 times, knowing that I shouldn't because I'm pregnant. And I'm like, I probably just caused my baby to be deformed or something because that's against the pregnancy rules. I get out of the pool to rest because I'm pretty sure my baby is all shooken up and dying because I went down the slide. And I'm trying to calm down at this point, and looking back, that was some of the dumbest shit that could have went down. But it happened and I didn't freak out. I just acted like it was normal, and my mom didn't suspect anything because of that and me going down the slide. So we're cool. I'm continuously getting bigger too, and I keep sucking in my stomach. I'm wearing large shirts. I'm wearing a blanket over me in the summertime in my house and sitting in the same chair every single day to try to hide my pregnancy. I'm getting a better appetite. They notice that and they just think that I'm gaining weight. I just go along with it and I'm just like, yeah, that's what's happening. Yep. It's getting really nerve-wracking for me. I could slip up at any point. I'm going as far as to taking a few tampons a month and hiding them in my room so my mom doesn't notice the tampons either. I just keep this to myself and I keep on acting like everything's normal. I need a distraction at this point, so my friend comes over. We'll call her Ty, my only friend, my best friend. We decided we're going to go spend time with my grandpa as well at his house, and we sit in his living room. Me and Ruben are texting. He's talking about sneaking me and my friend into the public pool. And I'm just like, oh yeah, totally, that'd be awesome, that'd be so cool. I don't think about me being pregnant, but my friend's looking over my shoulder this whole time. Ruben's just like, no, never mind, we can't do that, I can't sneak you in. I'm like, why not? Not thinking about it. He's like, because you can't hop the fence. I'm just like, why not? And he says, because you're pregnant. Ty just sits back and goes, what? So loud. So loud. So we immediately go outside in the front yard and we're whisper yelling at each other. I didn't even know you were having sex. I can't believe that you're pregnant. Why wouldn't you tell me? I'm your best friend. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't want to tell anybody. I was hiding that from everybody. How far along are you? I'm 4 months pregnant. You've hid this from me for 4 months? We cry it out and we get over it. And then when we get back to my house, I'm like, yeah, so I am 4 months pregnant. And she's like, I can't believe you hid it. How are you hiding it from your family? I don't understand. You live with them. I don't know. They're not picking up on it. Like, I can show them my stomach pushed out and they'll think I'm joking. Watch this. And I go outside and I'm like, hey guys, look at my food baby. Pushing out my bump. You're like, huh, funny, great joke, Alexis. And I go back inside and I'm like, do you see what I mean? Just like, I can't believe that you live with them and they don't know you're pregnant. I already know this. You can't tell me something I don't already know. I message her over the next couple weeks about it because she's my only person besides Ruben that I can talk to. So it's Ruben and Ty, and that's it. Later on in June, I start feeling my baby move and I get excited. I'm about to wake up my mom to tell her the baby's moving, but then I remember I haven't told my mom I'm pregnant yet. I really want to share this moment with her, but I can't. So I sit back, cry, and I feel my baby move and I'm heartbroken because of my poor choices. Again, I'm getting bigger and bigger. I'm 5 months pregnant at this point and I decide to finally seek medical help because that's what you're supposed to do. I've been taking my mom's prenatal vitamins because she had a baby 6 months before I got pregnant. I at least did that to make sure my baby was getting what it needed. I find this place online in my town that's 8 blocks away from my house that does free sonograms. And I schedule an appointment. And I tell Ruben, you had to take me to the sonogram. It's important that we go. We need to make sure that our baby's growing correctly. Just like, okay, I'll take you. He drives me to the appointment. Okay, let's get the sonogram. They're like, no, you're taking a urine test first. We had to confirm your pregnancy. I'm visibly pregnant at this point. I let go of my bump at the office so they can see that I'm pregnant. We still had to confirm it. That's some dumb shit. I take the test. The pink lines show up. I'm like, see, I'm pregnant. Can we get the sonogram today? You have to schedule another appointment. Okay, I guess. I schedule another appointment. But during this time, Ruben decides to run away. First, Ruben comes to my house to spend the night with me. Then he goes to his friend's house. Then he goes over to the busiest street in town. Then he comes back to my house. And then Ruben decides he's gonna go stay in Kansas City with his dad. Okay, cool. Go stay in Kansas City for a week with your dad, but make sure that you're able to take me to the appointment, which is tomorrow. He's like, I don't think I can. I don't think I'm gonna make it. My dad won't take me back. I'm hormonal at this point. Like, you never cared about me. You never cared about this baby. You don't give a shit. You don't care if this baby's healthy. You don't care about seeing your baby. I make him feel bad because I'm a hormone monster at this point. But the next day I calmed down and I rescheduled the appointment for after my sister's birthday. It's her first birthday party, so I don't want to steal her thunder. I want to let her be the baby for at least that first year before I tell my family, actually, she's not the baby. The sonogram place is less than a block away from a Chinese restaurant, and we don't have a car for this appointment, so we have my mom drop me off at the Chinese food restaurant with Ruben. We walk to the sonogram place and we get our sonogram, and I'm bawling. See my baby kicking. I'm just overwhelmed with joy. I'm in love. I can't believe I'm seeing my child. And this entire time I'm sobbing. We get our sonogram pictures, go to the Chinese food place to eat and celebrate seeing our child, and walk home. When we get to my house, we have his mom pick us up so he can tell his mom. We get to his house, he goes downstairs to tell his mom. I don't know what's going on because I'm not in the room with them, I'm in the other room, and I can hear crying. I wait outside the door. She starts heading out with him. She's weeping, right? And she's like, are you really pregnant? I'm like, yeah. And she looks down at my stomach and she can see my bump because I'm letting it go at this point. She's happy and she's crying. She hugs me and she immediately loves her grandchild. But then we have to go to tell his dad. I have never met this man in my life and I'm scared to go meet him because the first time I'm meeting him, I'm telling him, hey, your son knocked me up. You're going to be a grandpa before you're 40. She drives us to his work, and Ruben's nervous, and his sister's in the car. She's making me nervous with jokes, and I feel overwhelmed. He gets out of the car to go tell his dad, and his dad's rightfully angry because this is not what he had planned for his son. He wanted his son to do better. He didn't want his son to be a young dad like that. He's disappointed, but then he lays out like plans and says, this is what we need to do. We need to do this. It's very important that we do this. Then he decides to walk over to me and introduce himself, and we meet. And he looks at my stomach. He's like, it's going to be okay, mija. We're going to take care of everything, and everything's going to be okay. And I automatically feel like he's disappointed in me as well. But at this point, he's accepting me because I'm carrying his grandchild. So after we tell his dad, Ruben's mom drives us back to my house so we can tell my mom. This is the whole reason I hid my pregnancy. I was too scared to tell my mom. Like, I wrote down a note, and I was just gonna hand her an envelope with a note and a sonogram picture and run off. His mom did not let me do that. We get back to my house. I walk up onto the porch, and my mom's sitting on our porch swing. I'm so scared. I'm crying, and I'm really nervous to tell my mom. I get up on the porch, and I hand her the sonogram picture, and I say, don't be mad at me, Mom, and I back away to the other side of the porch. I'm trying not to cry, sorry. She's in disbelief. She says nothing for a while. I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, I can't believe it. My mom and his mom talk for a little while. Him and his mom leave, leaving me with my mom. And I'm scared that my mom's just gonna flip switch and go crazy. That's what I've been scared of, and that's why I hid him this entire time. And she's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm disappointed, but I'm not mad because there's nothing I can change now. I just wish you would have told us sooner so we can get stuff for you and your baby, and we can get you taken care of. I learned I had nothing to be scared of the entire time. I should have told my mom right away. Then I tell my family, and he tells his family. The next week, we have a sonogram to find out the gender of our baby. This entire time, mind you, he's thought I was pregnant with a boy. We're gonna name him Junior. We're gonna have a junior. I can't wait to have a little Ruben running around. I wanted a son too. I've always wanted sons. We go to the sonogram appointment and we find out that I'm having a baby girl. I'm happy. I'm still happy because I love my child regardless. That is my baby. He is crying in the ultrasound room, screaming, fuck, this is bullshit, crying. His dad's like, you need to calm down. This is your baby. You need to act more mature. He's crying because it's a girl, and we have nothing planned out for a girl. Now we know everything. We know about the baby. My family knows. We know what gender the baby is, and we can start planning for her. So we take maternity pictures. We spend more time with each other so they can be a part of my pregnancy, so his family can be a part of my pregnancy. They even throw us a baby shower, and I get everything that I need for my baby. I'm due November 24th on Thanksgiving of this year. I'm ready to pop, and I have a beautiful baby girl on November 17th, and I become a mom when I'm 15 years old. But I'm ready for my daughter regardless, and I'm blessed. I feel blessed to have my daughter, and now she's almost 3 years old, and she's beautiful. She's so intelligent. I love her with my whole heart, and I wouldn't have changed anything that had happened for any reason, because she is perfect and she's everything that I ever imagined. In conclusion, I was worried and hiding my pregnancy for no reason, because my mom supported me even though she was disappointed, and I had full support from his family as well. And my child is probably one of the most loved children I've ever met in my life. That's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this story. That's the end. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, add me on my socials, and I'll see you next time.